Beautiful win from Dustin Poirier against Conor McGregor. A lot of the talk now is, where does Conor McGregor go from here? Does he still have that same name value? I believe he does. Obviously the UFC is going to keep Conor doing his thing and do whatever they can to get him back into a title fight and back to a chance to, get that belt back. A lot of the mystique was how Conor or Poirier was going to look and if Khabib was going to come back. And we kind of know now that Khabib's most likely not going to come back for either of those fights. He's really done everything. I think that was kind of just Dana White dangling the carrot like, hey, go order that pay-per-view and keep your eyes out and see if anything crazy happens. Michael Chandler had a beautiful victory over Dan Hooker. Not many people finished Dan Hooker like that. I believe Barboza finished him to the body, but we don't really see him finish with headshots, and he put him away, so that was great. But what do you do with Conor? There's a lot of matchups out there. You got the Gaethjes, you got the Fergusons. There's talks of him and Poirier in a trilogy. You got the Nate Diaz trilogy out there. Personally, I think now's a good time to make the Nate Diaz trilogy. I think you do it at 155. And the winner of that fight is going to be right there for the next title shot, and those are two big names, so you can't really lose with that. I think that's most likely the way they're going to go because that's a huge fight. And if they do it at 55, that's a way of kind of putting both of those fighters, whoever comes out victorious in a great position. So I think that's a smart choice. Other than that, I think you stay away from Charles Oliveira. Maybe you give him the next title shot against Poirier, vacant title shot right there. I think both of those guys deserve to be in that position. Oliveira's done more than enough. So I could see that being, a reasonable vacant title shot if Khabib walks away and leaves the belt there. You got Gaethje and Ferguson. That's the only thing is they already fought. So maybe you give Chandler Gaethje. I think that's an awesome fight right there. Stylistically, that's exciting. Both guys bring power. Both guys bring wrestling. And it would be interesting to see how those two would match up. But I think that's what you do, man. Personally, I think you go Oliveira and Poirier in a title fight. I think you do Conor and Nate at 155 trilogy fight. And then I think you do a Gaethje versus Chandler. And if you wanna give Conor a more winnable fight and not do such a name versus name fight, then you do it's still name versus name, but you do him versus him versus Tony Ferguson. It's a winnable fight. Ferguson hasn't looked like himself as of late. Conor's power is going to be something for Ferguson to deal with. I think that's a winnable fight for Conor. But I think the UFC goes with Nate Diaz right now. He's been chirping on Twitter, and I think he's ready to get put in there for a fight. Obviously, Nate Diaz wants that instant title fight with Poirier. They were matched up in the past, never happened. So, you never know. Things can get crazy, and they can give Nate that shot just because that's the biggest name value besides Conor. But I think Oliveira deserves it. So let me know what you guys think in the comments section. Who you think Conor's going to get next? Who's going to fight Poirier for that title? What do you do with Chandler? All those things. A lot of craziness happening at lightweight, so it's really exciting right now. Give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel. Follow me on Instagram, Twitter at BrianBoom135. Business is booming, baby.